That's why I had to have her. 'Cause I know she got me back in love again. One more time. She makes me feel like she's my best friend. She got me back in love again.
Marky 3.
She makes me feel like she's my best friend.
Turned Up Tuesday, guys.
To have a woman like this that make me feel just like a new man.
We're about to start up in
From
one
dating
moment.
all the women around the world.
I'll get back to Mark in a second. Good morning, guys. God bless you guys. It is a Turned Up Tuesday. It is Tuesday, May the 24th, 2022. 1 minute after the hour. Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. That's Senny, J, Barbi, Cologne, where you get your morning started right. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right, guys. That chat room is wide open. Thank God for Jesus. Or call in 570-982-6950. I say it each and every day. My head is spinning for saying this so much. Broadcasting live, iHeartRadio, radio.com. Sponsored by Comedy World Net Radio. You'll go see the show on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show.com as well. Thank God it's Turned Up Tuesday. Let's go. We're on all social media platforms this morning. Also, we're on Facebook as well. So, go to our business page, like the page, Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team page. You get notified when we go live at 7 a.m. each and every morning. Also, the show is the easy show to find. Just Google the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. All the links pop up, guys. And if you're not on social media, check this out. We are on YouTube. So go to our YouTube page, subscribe, and like the page. You get notified when we go live. Good morning, each and every one of you guys this morning. If you got a deficit of love, have no fear, no worries, my friends. This is where you get your morning love. But most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Senny J, God bless you. Good morning. Good to see you, and how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great on this Turned Up Tuesday. Good morning to everyone listening. We have an amazing show for you today. I'm definitely coming to you with Senny Says for entertainment news and front page news with Senny J, where I will let you know everything that's going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. Good morning, Barbi.
Good morning, Senny. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning, Barbi. Barbi, good morning, and how are you this morning?
I am wonderful this morning. How are you?
I'm good. Seeing like Barbi I'm good. Thanks for seeing like Barbi bust through that door. Seeing just about 30 seconds ago. Don't break the door, Barbi.
Wait. I was kind of thrown back. I was expecting y'all to be on air already. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The lights.
Yeah.
Y'all have to see these lights in here. Come in and be like, the hell?
So Barbi, yeah, it's good to see you. I mean, the lamp shades over there was shaking off. So glad. Do you pulled up like Batman did in the car? I don't know what happened. You okay? Everything's cool, Barbi? I don't know. Somebody's chasing you, because let us know if somebody's chasing you.
Is that door locked?
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with folks sometimes. Folks have heavy drama and don't tell the other people that that drama's right around the corner.
No, I have no drama.
Okay, you sure?
If I do, I have no idea about it. I am not aware of the drama.
But my whole thing is, if you did have drama, would you bust through the door and go, they're following me, I got drama? Would you at least let us know that?
I'm like, y'all run. We got to lock the doors because it's about to go down. Matter of fact, call the police.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay. Senny, are you with that as well? If drama's right around the corner, are you alerting everybody else about the drama, or you like, I don't know what happened? Which one are you?
No, I'll probably be like, I don't know what's going on.
So wait a minute. So you do know what's going on, but you're going to let us know you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to act like, oh my goodness, this is all unraveling before our eyes together. Whoa.
Because Barbi Cologne, I am one, before we start the show, I am one. When the drama comes, I'm going to let you know.
Right.
Drama's coming. It's around the corner. Please run and please hide. I'm not, but there are some people out there that the heavy drama,
and won't let you know.
They just come around the corner. What's good? Nothing's all right. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
And the drama's right around the corner,
right.
And they know it's coming. Some people know Some people know they're going to get their ass whipped. And they won't let nobody know.
Nobody knows.
Senny, have you ever got your ass whipped, But nobody knew.
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I never had drama like that. Like, nobody's gonna be chasing me with no guns and knives and like crazy.
So, guys, if there's drama going on in your life, so Barbie, no drama, right? Because you walked through the door like there was drama.
No drama.
All right, cool. All right, guys.
I think I was just moving fast. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, Barbi.
Well, guys, welcome to the show this morning. Please like and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team on all media on a Turned Up Tuesday. We are so blessed to be here. Senny, what the hell is going on so far before I get into my ADHD situation?
Well, the one thing that's going on, I actually showed you this yesterday, Shawn. And we didn't know who it was. The guy at the United Airlines. That knocked over the baggage attendant, punching. I came in like mad early in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, Shawn, look at this. And it's this like guy getting his ass whipped. And Shawn is like, oh my God, why are you showing me this?
Well,
Yeah.
And I was like, because the airport attendant was egging him on, like, yeah, he wanted this.
He attacked him first.
And they were letting it happen. So it came out in the news.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into the story. The person, if you guys have seen the video and didn't know who it was former Denver Bronco player Brendan Langley, who was captured on viral video. This was about at 11 a.m. on Thursday and has brought consequences that landed him behind bars. The video shows the employee pushing and slapping Brendan first. That's where things took a turn. Brendan, who is a free agent for the Calgary Stampeders in the Canadian Football League, punched the employee who fell behind the counter. The very bloody man stood up and tried to charge at Brendan, but another employee attempted to intervene. Although the employee threw the first punch, authorities arrested and charged Brendan with simple assault. Reports also state the United employee was not taken into custody. A spokesperson for United Airlines has spoken out about the incident, revealing the man has been terminated from his position. The spokesperson said the man was working for a subsidiary company affiliated with the airline, United Ground Express. They stated United Airlines does not tolerate violence of any kind at our airports or on board our planes, and we are working with local authorities to further investigate this matter. The video, which was reshared on the Game's page, the rapper The Game, which was Los Angeles Confidential, it received nearly 4.3 million views and had many people sharing their opinions about self-defense. Reports show that Brendan was released of his own recognizance per the Port Authority of New York. However, no other information has been provided. So I forgot what I read. Did they charge him?
I think it was
they charged him with simple assault.
Simple assault, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
all right.
It was clearly self-defense. He just
Exactly.
said he got rocked.
That's what it is, because he whooped his ass.
Now,
Twice.
good morning, guys, and God bless each and every one. Me
Turned
and
Up
Barbie,
Tuesday.
I do agree with you. He whipped his ass. I guess to say it was very strange to see. Of course, as predicted, I said this to Senny yesterday. I don't care what's going on, especially in a situation like this. The black man, my African-American nephew, as soon as you touch the guy, you're going to go to jail regardless. And it's just unfortunate when the guy hit him first.
Right.
And there you go again. What kind of justice is going on here? But this story goes deeper, Barbie.
Okay. How deep is showing?
First of all, you're free. The guy, what's his name again? What's his football player name?
Brendan Langley.
Brandon Langley, who can't make it to the NFL. He's got to play for the Calgary Stampeders.
Oh, what? He used to play on the Broncos, they said.
Okay, I want to
He's
share
a former.
this. Right, I want to share this.
Now he's a free agent.
Right, well, I want to share this. If you're a football player, Barbie, there's folks in the chat room. This thing's working.
Yeah.
If you're a professional football player,
Yeah.
and you're not, and you wind up playing in the Canadian Football League for the Calgary Stampeders, there's something wrong with your football career. That means you're trash.
Let me go back. Why is he in the Stampeders?
The Canadian Football League is for the NFL players who can't make the NFL and get cut all the time. The Canadian Football League, I would be pissed off too. And if I'm traveling in the airport trying to get to Calgary. Who the hell lives in Calgary, Canada? That's the first problem here. The first problem is you're trash, sir. Okay? You're a trashy football player that can't make it. Okay? So you got to go to the minor leagues, which is the Canadian Football League. It only exists because there's not enough space in the NFL for the Canadian players. Now, Senny, here's another facet of this story that fascinates me. United Airlines, you got to throw everybody else underneath the bus. Oh, it's a third-party company that we hired.
Of course, they're not going to take the blame for it.
No, bro.
Responsibility for it.
He had on your uniform. I don't care if there is a third-party contractor that the airlines hire to do baggage claim and customer service. Nobody cares about that. You're trying to cover your ass. You can't. Now, Barbi, the third thing about this story was very weird, boy. The fight itself. You're looking at two guys who obviously don't fight. There's not a lot of fighting going on. Most people who fight don't fight. Or like fighters are guys who fight all the time and boxers and people fight. The guy smacked him. Yeah. Right? The football player looks to everybody else to say, Did you see this? Right. Did you see this? Because that gave him the okay.
Right.
Like, you saw this.
Right. You hit me first.
This is something. I saw in one of the comments. This is something that Chris Rock should have did. I get it.
Right. Right. Y'all saw that?
You saw that?
Y'all saw that?
And then he punched him. Yeah. And the guy tumbled on the conveyor belt.
I think he gave him like a 4-piece.
This was like a cartoon situation. Then they both get up. They're about to jostle at each other again. They both got their hands down like they face fighting.
Because homeboy his whole side of his face was leaking.
Right.
Bloody, and he's wobbling.
And he dazed, and you still trying to come for more? He was like, you want some more? You ain't get it at the first time.
Yeah, that was another weird part about it.
Like, dude, you are dazed. Have a seat.
Now,
right.
Now, should even though my African-American, and Barbi, when you get a second to look in the comments and see what they're saying. Mm-hmm. Now, my African-American Canadian football guy from the Calgary Stampeders.
Leave him alone.
There's no way he should go to jail for this, honestly.
Not at all.
I don't know why. We know why. And where did this happen at again?
Newark Airport at that.
Oh, Newark, coach.
I was like, damn, not Newark when I read it last night.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Come on.
What's your thoughts in the chat room? This is insane. The baggage guy, whoever this guy was, he should be arrested.
Absolutely.
He was the first one to throw the punch.
Right.
And the guy was, I would say, self-defense in a sense. Even though he did announce he was about to whip his ass, it's still he just reacted to what this guy did. There is no way that this man in this uniform with his shirt tucked in, with his belt out, with the slacks on, is going to smack a former football player that's trying to get a job in the face and think that there's not going to be no retaliation.
Right. Because you're not going to hit me and think
you're not going to hit me and I'm just going to stand there and not do nothing.
I'm not clutching my pearls.
But then again, Senny J, maybe my good friend, what's his name again, that from the football player?
Was it Brandon?
Brandon Langley.
Brandon Langley, maybe you should have thought twice about hitting him. Brandon, check this out. I mean, you're a football player for the Calgary Stampeders. Cindy, Barbi, find out what's going on with the Calgary.
With the Calgary
Stampeders from the Canadian Football League. Boy, you must be stressed out, brother. You see all your other NFL, all your other college buddies, and all your other buddies playing in the NFL, and you got to go to Canada to play football. Brandon, what you should have did was probably let this man smack the crap out of you, and you should have fell on the floor.
I'm sure he'll still get a coin out of it.
Man, I don't know. They press charges again. I don't know if he's going to get a coin.
He can counter-sue.
I think that if you would have just laid on the floor, my friend, Senny J,
right,
that check would have been unbelievable. And it's all on videotape. But it's the way we react to situations. We don't think about that in the moment. No one's perfect. I would have probably reacted the same way and lunged at the guy or said, you see what he did, and swung at him. But Brandon, if you would have just stood there or lied on the ground, you wouldn't have to be worried about playing for the Calgary Stampeders no more, my friend.
Right.
You got smacked in the Port Authority. The Port Authority, Senny J, owns Newark Airport.
Yeah.
Those checks are coming real heavy. Barbi, what's going on with the Calgary Stampeders from the Canadian freaking football league that we don't need? That's enough. There's two things we don't need: the WNBA and the Canadian Football League.
Sure. Now what? Don't be trying to throw the girls up in here.
What's going on with that? What's going on with that stupid football league? Nothing. You can't even pull nothing
I
up.
mean, it really ain't much.
Now,
they have been in existence since 1945. They've been around for a while.
how many teams do they have in the stupid Canadian Football
Let's
League?
see.
CJ.
What is that?
Because think about the equation, Senny.
Yeah.
Canadian Football League.
Right.
You got cut from the Denver Broncos. You probably wasn't getting no minutes over there. You get smacked. You get assaulted in the Port Authority. Senny, you know how many properties the Port Authority owns and operates? I give you one, Senny. You want one?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't had one in a minute.
Sean.
Senny.
9. They have 9 football teams in Canada.
9 football teams. Are you kidding me? Cindy J, listen. and name the teams. CJ. They own and operate the George Washington Bridge. That's only one.
What? So you think they're gonna stop him from? They're gonna ban him from?
No,
the airport?
Cindy. The lawsuit is crazy. They're gonna cut him a check. I mean, it's not gonna get millions and millions of dollars. But Cindy, this is a fast, out of court, settled check. This is definitely $500,000 real easy. Now.
Who's gonna write? Who's gonna get a check? The baggage claim person?
If Brandon from the Calgary Stampeders
if he
didn't react,
Right.
if he didn't react, sort of like Chris Rock, because Chris gonna get a check. Bobby, find out how many properties, if you don't mind.
He probably had a long day and just.
We've all had long days.
He's probably had a long day and was like tired of it. Like, look, you're gonna catch these hands. You just can't. You never know what mind state people are.
And I totally.
And you know,
I totally
flying
agree.
the airline, because I did say that to myself, because he's kind of like, you're calm, bro, kind of, but you just want to go off on him because he hit you, but you could have de-escalated the situation. You could have like walked away, whatever you're gonna do.
He was trying that before the man approached him. He kept approaching him. He was antagonizing him. There's only so much walking away you can do when somebody keep approaching you.
Yeah,
I
I didn't see the whole video with that.
Barbie, find out how many, and I agree with both of you guys. Find out how many properties the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey own and operate. Senny,
it's probably a lot.
Senny,
If they give in the school district $1 billion a year to operate.
Senny J.
I can imagine.
They
what
own
that
the
is.
Port of Newark, New Jersey, where all the ships come in. They run that.
Okay.
Senny, the check. We're not even talking about United Airlines. Let's not even get that far.
But he wouldn't have gotten a check from them. He would have just got it. He would have had to sue United Airlines.
Senny, they. Whoa, wait, why? Senny, he got smacked on the property of the Port Authority. The Port Authority runs and operates Newark Airport and a few other airports, Senny J, and a few other tunnels. This Brandon from the Calgary Stampeders. Now I know why he play up there. Because something's mentally wrong with you, sir. You knew that you could whip this guy's ass at any moment. This was a regular guy.
He smacked you.
He smacked you, and Brandon, only thing you had to do was get your check, my friend.
Sean, that guy, he had a good girth on him. He was a good size. Brandon was just tall and slim. That man, they wasn't too off. The height wasn't too off, and that man was bigger than him.
And Barbie, that makes
he could have whooped him.
And Barbie, that makes the check even better.
Let me see.
This whole scenario, Brandon, I feel for you, man. Now you're up for charges. Barbie, I do agree. You might could countersue, but it takes longer to get to that process, Brandon, from the Calgary Stampeders. that play in the Canadian Football League? What type of league? Put a number one chat room if you ever even heard of the Canadian Football League. Now.
I have.
Now.
Only because one of my clients got drafted. He's playing over there. And I don't know which team though, but he's playing.
What does the Port Authority see? How many properties do the Port Authority owns? Because I want to know. Because Brandon, this was an easy check, and I'll share a story. Before we move on. You know I got a lot of stories.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
I got a lot of stories. And the Port Authority impacted my life. I told the story before. I'll tell again just real quick for the new listeners. Long story short, Sinja. I got into an accident at the Port Authority, Barbi Cologne, in my vehicle, my work vehicle. And that check was massive, and it came within a year. Woo! Woo! Brandon, you would have got you a nice piece of change on that one. What do they own? They own they own and operate the George Washington Bridge, right?
Yeah.
I think the Lincoln Tunnel.
Tunnels, airports, and seaports. They doesn't give specific.
They're gonna put them down there.
Right.
I think they might even own some of the New Jersey Turnpike. I don't know.
It's possibility.
They operate several. I believe. Maybe the World Trade Center, the new World Trade Center too.
Their headquarters is stationed there, but it doesn't say if they own it or not.
Okay, so what properties do the Port Authority own and operate? Senny, I believe it's the George Washington Bridge, the Lincoln Tunnel, Newark Airport, the Port of Newark, and several other major properties, Senny, life-saving properties. And Brandon, you couldn't yield. And then you could have threw a little suit United Airlines as well. Let's throw them in the pot for the disgruntled employee that lost his mind.
He lost it already.
Okay, and see, let's go now we can't play football no more because he got smacked. He needs more money for that. Senny, this was $2 million payday that Brandon, because he's so used to tackling and hitting people, he couldn't reframe.
I mean, couldn't he still sue him? He could still sue him.
Everybody can sue everybody,
Hey,
but
he can still sue.
I think he could, even if he gets a settlement, it's not gonna be what he should be getting. He got smacked by a United Airlines third-party employee at Newark Airport, which is owned by the Port Authority, owned and operated by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Brandon, are you out of your mind?
Sure. It says, other than major transportation facilities, airports, rail lines, bus terminals, bridges, and tunnels, the Port Authority holdings in New York include Bathgate Industrial Park in the Bronx,
Okay.
Teleport in Staten Island.
Say so.
Huh?
Go ahead. Say no. Slow it down.
The Bathgate Industrial Park in the Bronx.
Okay.
Teleport in Staten Island.
Okay.
The Queens West Development and the World Trade Center.
See, so they still own the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Woo! No, Brandon, but you want to go viral with 4 million views, 10 million views when you could have got $4 million.
But see, that goes to show you, maybe because he went viral, he can get more money. Now everybody has seen it over the world. They're gonna come to his defense.
He wasn't trying to go viral.
No, he wasn't.
What was he trying to do? Get his bag or have his
of course.
bag checked? I don't know. What the hell
From the
was going
story
on?
I wrote, he was, instead of paying the $5 for the baggage cart, he used a wheelchair, and a guy approached him. But the way he approached him, it was like, he was being violent instead of being
He's being
nice about it. He's being
disrespectful.
disrespectful. to the
Yeah.
employee, and he was trying to talk to him. But the guy still was being disrespectful, and it just escalated from there.
Now, the guy, I'll show the video after we get to the next story. Now, the guy who, what's his name? The guy that started this, the United guy. Whatever his
It is. I don't think they said.
whatever his name. Okay, whatever his
They
name
said
is.
employee for United.
Now, the employee, of course, we know you're gonna get fired. You can never come back there. You probably could never work at any other airline, and you're gonna go viral because a lot of people know who you are as well. Was that a smart move on your part? Is this the way you really feel about minorities, my friend? It looks like you're a minority as well, and I think that maybe there's some racial discrimination amongst us minorities.
Yeah, why don't they ever release these people's names?
Right.
Like I understand if you don't do it for kids, but do it for adults, especially, they're like, oh, they want to protect them and all this stuff. But why? Like, we should be able to know who these people are, what their names are.
Critical.
Who cares if it's embarrassing for them?
Oh, well, they brought it upon themselves.
All right, just like that lady with the monkey thing yesterday.
Critical thinking with Amir Sealy, 735. No, I think that in certain situations you have to conceal the people's names.
No, you don't.
In like a situation like this, yeah, just for a little bit, because people will come and hunt them down. People will come and hunt them down and beat the crap out of them. Now, there's certain like if you committed a murder and you did all these things, yes, let everybody know who you are. But in certain, this is a crime. It's a crime. It is. It's above a misdemeanor kind of a crime. But if they release this guy's name and he's already viral online and everybody's talking about it on the news, for this smack, and then he got his ass kicked anyway. So why would we turn his life completely upside down? He already got his ass kicked. Now if God forbid if he molested a child or whatever, yes, put his name out there. I get it. But he got punched in the head, and his body went on a conveyor belt, and he's very viral.
Well, what? He the victim, right? So put his name out there.
Yeah, nah.
Like, I want to know who makes those decisions about whether or not to put their name. Like, put the name out.
So if it was up to you, would you put this person's name out?
Yeah.
I would. Barbi, would you put the name out?
Because considering the fact that he started it, yeah, I would put his name out. Now, if he was solely the victim, I wouldn't. But no, he started it. So, yeah, we need to know who he is.
Yeah,
I mean, aren't police reports like public record? Like, couldn't you find out if you wanted to?
I have some compassion for this young man. I'm not gonna. He got his ass whipped. You heard what Brandon said. So he did, and then he whipped his ass. I'm going to give him some compassion.
I want his social media.
Oh my God.
Not his social media.
Some people. It's a new term. I don't know if it's a new term, but they call it on social media. It's called doxing someone. Yeah. When you put out their personal information that is technically public information. You know what I'm saying? But you put it out there for the world to see.
Well,
I mean, I don't think
if people are doing that, shame on them. Because if you're in favor for that, then know that don't have a problem if someone else put your information out there on this docking situation. So
Sean, it's called doxing.
Doxing.
Yes,
Okay, whatever it's called, it doesn't matter. Whatever it's called, don't do it. Because if you're for it, doxing or docking or whatever you want to call it, know that the Grim Reaper will come back for you.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And that is not going to be cool for you. And then you're going to, depending on your personality and how you deal with things in situation in life, you might jump off a bridge. It might be owned by the Port Authority. Go ahead, Sean.
You just take it all the way left.
Every time, all the way to the left. Okay,
but no,
yeah, because you guys minimize it. It's like a trend. Hey, it's something new. Doxing, or whatever you want to call it. It's something new. Boy, better watch out. No, this is serious. Let's get serious and fall in love. This is serious. You don't want nobody to put your information out like that? What's that? That's going to be the new TikTok challenge? What is wrong with you people?
Not TikTok
No,
challenge.
they just, I mean, I guess people who, they antagonize people online.
Yeah.
People can find out your stuff.
And the whole thing with the online, before we go into the next series, I don't want to segue back into that. Be careful online. Don't get too controversial online, and because it could come back and hurt you. Just post regular. Don't be so controversial online, because there's going to be that one crazy person that's out there in the metaverse, and they're going to come out to get you. And they're going to try to find everything about you and plaster it online.
Yeah.
What's wrong? You don't own these airwaves, guys. Be careful. It's going to come back. It's going to break your heart. And then everybody's going to be looking at you, and it's going to be crazy. I don't want that to happen to nobody. My social media pages are absolutely lame. It's just flyers.
Shawn.
Flyers. I don't.
Flyer, picture of the fam.
That's it. That's all.
Flyer,
There's no fighting. There's no discussion. I stay away.
Shawn's not asking no questions.
No questions. I don't want to know. I don't want no parts of
He
it.
don't even engage.
I don't want to engage
He
in
puts
nothing.
emojis. He barely writes.
Barely
Right.
writes. Emojis. That's how Harvey's going to keep it. And that works for me.
My page is pretty. It's not controversial. Like I don't go back and
Yeah,
forth with
but your
people.
page is exploited.
What?
So
Really?
the thing is, you put so much imaging and so much on your page that they'll take it and make you a porn star and all kind of. See, that's what I'm saying. But nobody.
I don't post stuff like what?
Yeah, a lot of facial, a lot of interviews, a lot of editing, a lot all this stuff. People take all this information. People take all this information and sabotage your social media page. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, guys, be careful with that. Just try your best. Don't dive so much into it.
I do. I get into Facebook arguments a lot. Like
and
on the low.
I don't.
Yeah, Cindy gets into a lot of Facebook.
I can't deal with it. I'm not going back and forth with y'all.
Cindy gets into a lot of
In the
Facebook
comments.
Girl,
arguments.
stop.
Barbie is a lot of exploitation, and Harvey is just a lame. Here go old school from 4 years ago. Facebook. There go the flyer and hello. Cindy, what else you got?
Yeah.
Shout out.
You gotta be careful with this social media. I'm telling you.
Well, sometimes you have to let people. You have to set people straight. You have to set them straight because people really be talking crazy in
You
these comments, and then you wonder why the world is how it is, and then you speak some sense, and they want to attack you. So I just have time.
No, but that's the
Girl, I don't
problem.
ever go back and forth.
And then
that's-
I go to their page, and it's like nothing.
Right.
I'm like, you out here trolling.
Exactly. So why would you
just-
put
Right,
yourself
so
through
why you
all of
going back
that?
and
It's
forth
just
with them?
it's too much. It stresses you out.
Yeah.
You're typing.
No, I
you're
feel good
you're
in the
hyper-focused.
moment.
It's just too much.
No, you know what I always say? Like,
It's
I don't
good.
mind having a healthy debate about any situation, but one thing I'm not going to do, once I feel as though the conversation is going to the next level, I'm like, you're right. You have a good day because I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you that energy.
Not only that, you just
not giving
can't.
you
Not
energy.
only that, you just can't win. There's
Right.
no win because you're on another platform where everyone has an opinion about whatever issue that you're talking about.
Exactly.
It's just too much. There's nothing you can do. Oh my God, you know how social media is? It'll flip on you, to cancel you.
in a minute.
And don't do nothing bad or misbehave, and social media find out about it. You're done. Go ahead, Senny. What else?
I'm gonna still tell them.
Okay.
She said it, you look bad. Girl, just let it go, girl.
I'm gonna still tell them. Rashida and Kirk Frost are saying that publicizing their marital issues on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has helped other couples. For the last decade, Rashida and Kirk have let audiences into the toughest parts of their marriage. But during a recent interview, the couple revealed that their issues have actually helped others. While appearing for an interview, Rashida and Kirk explained that their fans regularly express to them that by documenting their marital issues for the world to see, they have helped other couples get through tough times. After being married for over 20 years, Rashida and Kirk have definitely had their fair share of ups and downs. Multiple instances of cheating, outside children, unexpected pregnancies, and financial disagreements. However, the two say that showing the ugliest and most uncomfortable parts of their marriage was all worth it because the end result was helping those in similar situations. As a central storyline for multiple seasons, Rashida and Kirk's issues within their marriage have not slowed them down as the two continue to not only be married, but also embark on several business ventures together. Rashida just recently celebrated the premiere of her brand new reality series, Boss Moves with Rashida, streaming on Philo. I haven't heard about that. I might watch that. I like Rashida.
Yeah, I like them too.
Why do you?
I mean,
Why
I
do-
like
why-
her,
why
but
do
I
you-
think that I don't.
Why do you like her? I mean, you guys sit
I
here
think
each
she's
and every day and
because I
bring
see
down
I
the man.
see of what type of woman that she is and that she wants to be, but she ain't supported by Kirk. And so I just, I feel sad for her, but I think, from what I see of her, I feel like she's a nice woman. She's about her business.
Yeah.
She wants to, she's there for her family. She just wants to make it work.
That's it.
It's so sad.
My question to you is, how much do you believe the words that are coming out of your mouth? The problem is this.
What? You don't like Rashida?
No, it's not that. I
what's
got
your
love
problem?
for Rashida. I'm not that. I'm not saying I got love for Rashida. We all do. Whatever.
Sure.
And I'll smash her too. I don't care. But my whole thing is
She's
this.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I'll
of
smash
course.
her. And my whole thing is this, though. You guys come in here, boy, and you're yelling, you just a lot of yelling, and you're yelling like you're on the John F. Kennedy battleship and it's docked off the Long Island Sound. You yell about these men. You yell about how they're not good. You yell how they can't find one around.
Well,
And
some
here
of them
here go a woman who clearly is and I'm not judging. And she's with a man who had didn't he have kids? He had kids and all type of
Yeah,
indiscretions
how
in
old
the-
is his kid now? About 3?
Yeah, and
my
That
all-
little outside baby
Right,
he got?
little,
about 3, 4?
had an outside. Listen,
like-
I've been down that road. I had an outside baby too.
It's not an outside baby. It's an inside baby. They married.
Okay, so it's an inside baby. So
It's an inside baby.
so it's an
they
inside baby.
married and he had a baby with
Right,
somebody
of
else.
course,
It's
of
an
course.
inside baby.
I've been down that road too. My whole thing is this. If that was your girlfriend, right? Just say if Rashida was your girlfriend.
It wouldn't
Because
be
if it was one of your other girlfriends out here in these streets, you would tell them immediately to get out of there and leave. If Rashida was your girlfriend, would you give her that same suggestion?
yeah, I would have been told her, girl.
Right, exactly. But she stayed.
Yeah, that's some things I just can't get past. Like,
Okay, so Barbie,
cheating is
if you
one
was
thing.
in the
Having
same,
a baby,
if you was in that same situation, would you stay with Kurt?
hell no.
Oh,
Kirk got to go. Him and his kid.
really?
Bye.
Really?
So
You can't work through that.
No.
And he did it like while on TV.
Right. You
like you currently did that. You wasn't even low, bro.
right.
Now,
Come
my
on.
whole thing is: have Rashida ever had an affair that we know about?
Not that we know
I
about.
don't think so.
Okay. Well, she's
That's
the.
because us females, we normally don't show. It's y'all who do the cheating
No,
most of the time.
no. Women do it. Now,
I
knock
said
it off.
normally don't, and most of the
No.
time.
Yeah. No,
90% of the time, it's the man who is cheating, Sean. You know that.
Women are out here cheating too.
I'm
Now,
not saying.
I think
some
a lot of
don't.
women do revenge cheating.
Yeah.
I
So-
think a lot of men do it
cheating
first.
is cheating.
And they
We
like,
just
you
getting
know what,
back
I'm going to do
even.
it.
That's
They
it.
feel like it's getting back, even though it's not really
It's-
revenge.
it's-
I mean,
not-
it's all
not
toxic.
revenge.
Right.
Exactly.
But
So
I believe that that's usually how it starts off
Now-
when
Yeah.
couples be cheating on each other.
now, Rashida, God bless you. I'm a fan of yours. Okay, if you're happy in your marriage, then God bless you. Going through all the turbulence that you do in your marriage, if that helps other couples, God bless as well. I'm not here to judge.
I think it's just
But a
something
lot
to
of
say.
women are out here, especially these two here. They talk about men and men issues and how bad men are and how they are not willing to stay for even the minor situations.
A kid is
that,
minor?
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm not talking
Oh,
about
I
that.
was
I'm
about to
saying
say,
just even
what?
minor situations. These women are ready to bail out of a relationship.
No,
You,
I
young
don't
lady.
bail out of minor because I'm
You-
sure you forgot I was married 20 years
You-
before I got divorced.
you young lady. I commend you.
20 years. Hey, we had some problems. Okay.
Yeah.
young lady.
That's true.
Okay.
Young lady.
Barbie's put time in the
Listen.
game.
So I
Did
could give
she
a little,
really?
I can't
20
give.
years is a long time.
I can't give nobody 20 years. These kids almost making it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Right. So, Rashida, I'm a fan of yours. Stay in your marriage. Help other people.
Run, girl. Get
Stay-
out,
stay- no,
Rashida.
stay
you
in
can
your marriage.
still go, girl.
I'm a fan of yours, and I'm a fan of all women that are out there that is just hanging in there with that husband or that boyfriend or that baby mother. I mean, that baby father, hang in there as long as you can.
But sure, how much
Rashida.
hanging are we supposed to do?
Well,
before we
evidently,
get something that we can't get rid of.
well, she got 20 years on deck. She's still with him, so
How
it
much
could go.
hanging y'all want us to do? That's a problem.
How much anger?
Hanging. Y'all want us
hanging.
to keep hanging while y'all out there doing y'all dirt, and
No,
we supposed to sit there and be y'all doormat and take
y'all
it?
just said,
oh, hell no.
No, but y'all just said she should leave. She's not leaving.
Because she crazy.
So, nah, she's not crazy.
So you think Rashida? I think this is a setup for Rashida and Kirk to come out with a relationship podcast.
Yeah,
it may
Because
be.
they
How we
feel like
got over it.
Yeah,
How we got over it.
The one thing you obviously is playing.
That's what
there.
Derek Jackson is doing with his wife
Right.
and her helmet
Well,
of salvation.
I
Right,
give.
girl,
I
bye.
give. I give.
What is going on outside with this
It's
bird?
a bird's nest. He
it's a
got
bird
Yeah,
nest.
but
in
that
there.
bird is big as hell and doesn't fit in that nest.
No, because that's the
That's
mother.
probably the father.
Now,
Somebody get it together.
now, Rashida.
It is a lie.
Looking like an Alfred Hitchcock movie at this
Rash-
thing. I'm sorry.
Rashida and Kurt, God bless. You guys are the real deal. Your marriage have played out in front of all of us, and you've been truly transparent because the average person, most of us, we're not going to share all this information to the public, and you have. And
I
if
don't
you
think
help
they
it,
wanted to. It was like by default.
right. And if you
And
you
that's your
are,
storyline. That's so sad.
and Rashida, God bless you. I'm a fan of yours. I'm also a fan of Kurt. I'm a fan of Kurt as well. Brother, I'm here for you
what
as
you
well.
a fan of Kirk's about?
Well,
what do you do?
well,
You ain't a fan of his.
Well, I'm a fan of his
Right.
because he was just honest about everything that he went through. Even though,
He
had to be.
Right, 'cause he got caught.
Yeah, he got caught. And
That's
he was
the only
honest
reason
about
why
it.
he was honest about
And
it.
he made a decision, and thank God Rashida yielded and allowed him back in. And, they did have their little breakups, though. I think they were broke. I mean, obviously, she was having the baby and all that, so I think Rashida threw him out for whatever. So they're back together, like the song Back Together Again. I mean, I'm happy for you, too. You're in these social media streets, and you're helping other couples. So this is a win-win. And the babies, like Senny said, 3 years old. You got all your other kids. You got a big, giant,
That's a lot
happy.
to deal
You got a big, giant, happy family. And Kurt probably busting that ass too. Kurt probably at night. Kurt will close the door and start digging her out. And that's a good look too. So Kurt, I'm a fan of yours. Rashida, I'm a fan of yours as well. And keep helping these couples and keep growing these families. What else?
Oh my gosh, Sean.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I ain't going to sit here and judge y'all. And we're not judging. But what I'm saying is you stay with that man, young lady. And Kurt, God bless you, brother.
I'm weak.
Keep doing you, bro.
Will Smith says that he envisioned his career slipping away while he was on psychedelics before the Oscars slap, actually. This revelation, the men discussed Will's 2021 memoir, his Oscar-winning King Richard role, and the psychedelic trip he had that predicted his career downfall. This was Netflix put out a new episode of My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. Now, this was taped before the 2022 Oscars with Will Smith. And this was him sitting down with former late night host David Letterman. I've never seen that show. I need to watch it. While the revelation was shared before his Oscars outburst where he slapped Chris Rock, it sounded eerily similar to the backlash the actor received as a consequence. While he was speaking with Letterman, Will admitted taking ayahuasca, which is a hallucinogenic tea, 14 times within 2 years. He acknowledged that he saw his career, quote unquote, going away during one significant trip. He said, once you drink it, you're going to see yourself in a way you've never seen yourself. One of the experiences was the individual, most hellish psychological experience of my life. So I'm drinking and sitting there, and then all of a sudden, it's like I start seeing all of my money flying away, and my house is flying away, and my career is going away. My whole life is getting destroyed. This is my fear in real life. I'm sorry. He said this was his fear in real life, and I'm in there and I'm wanting to vomit and all of that, and I hear a voice saying, this is what the F it is. This is what the F life is. Then slowly I stopped caring about my money. I just wanted to get to Willow. I stopped caring about my house and my career. When I came out of it, I realized that anything that happens in my life, I can handle it. I can handle any person I lose, anything that goes wrong in my life. I can handle anything in my marriage, anything that life has to offer me. Protection and safety is an illusion. You have to learn to live with the reality that any moment, anything can be gone in 1 second. So with that reality, how can you be here, and how can you be joyful and be here? So that was what he had to say regarding his interview that actually happened before the slap. So maybe he had a foreshadowing of what was going to happen. But I feel like if he did, experience that, because I've heard about ayahuasca root. I've been wanting to try it a little bit, but you have to have, it's supposed to be like a spiritual cleansing type thing, but you have to like have somebody with you that's like trained in it, because it's like, it's a hallucinogen. So like, you could kill yourself, I guess. But if you have that type of insight into yourself, wouldn't you be more mindful of doing things that would lead you to losing your career or having a fallout or anything like that?
It would seem like it, but I guess he just didn't care.
Yeah. So, I mean, and you're doing it a lot. You did it 14 times. So it's like, obviously you're searching for something, bro. Maybe you should have been more insightful to that. But I think that was really cool. I haven't watched that show yet, but I think I'm going to watch it. It has a lot of good interviews. And he did foreshadow it, because that's what happened. This was taped before the Oscar thing. So there you go, Will.
He ain't losing much. Bad Boys 4 still on. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. But they haven't even started doing nothing with it.
Right.
They still developing it. So that check is not even there.
He probably already got his deposit.
Yeah, he's ready for it. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Thanks for sharing. God bless. Okay, so we know Will Smith doesn't have money problems. He's worth $400 million. So, he doesn't have to work another day in his life. So if Will Smith went away, and he'd be fine. He still got his people who was spoon feeding them grapes every day. And you're rich when somebody put a grape on a spoon and feed it to you. Now, all this psychedelics, this is a PR move. This is something to start a timeline on his destruction for that night at the Oscars. So he's going to start going back and saying, hey, listen, I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. And that led me to smacking the crap out of Chris Rock. I'm not buying it. Listen, I've done Barbi, have you ever done psychedelics before?
No.
Senny, have you ever did psychedelics?
No, not yet.
I've used to do them all. Not yet.
Not yet, Senny? Yeah?
Well, the ayahuasca root, it's supposed to be good for you.
No, ma'am. I don't want anything that's going to have me going crazy.
Senny,
that's not like LSD
or thinking about things that will make me go crazy.
Senny, I would strongly suggest you're here in the room with a man that's done psychedelics for years. I would strongly.
Yeah, you're fine. Look at you.
Is he? Is he?
I would. I'm not fine.
I know you're not.
Have you ever had a brain scan? Is everything all right?
I would. Yeah.
You always going to the doctor?
Yeah. No. Not.
What did they say? Everything's good, right?
No. Not.
No holes.
Mentally is not a good look.
That's probably how you got the ADHD. Take them there, go psychedelics.
I've done psychedelics, and I'll tell you a story.
He always got a story.
Take us on the trip.
Right, take us down the lane.
Yeah, because I lived the life.
I think you did tell this story when you went to go see Batman.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yes.
The life.
Picture it. Sicily, 1942.
The life. I lived 3 lives more than y'all guys did in one combined life.
You sure did.
We used to do psychedelics in Central Park when I was a bike merchant back in the day. And we used to do it on a Friday night, and we used to take tabs, and we used to go in the park when the sun go down in the summertime scene. So, about that time, it was 8, 9 o'clock. And boy, I would take that tab, and I would, and mom, to my mother, if you listen to the show, please stop listening right now.
Hey, Mama Harvey.
Hey, Mama Harvey.
I would take that, I'll take that tab. Barbi, what you do, you got to take that tongue and throw it right out of your mouth. Pause. And take that tab and put it right at the end of that tongue. And close your mouth, pause, and then let that thing dissolve in your mouth. Oh my God! And then what happens is, now you're on an uncontrollable odyssey. You're sitting down, but you think you're flying.
Oh, see, that's how you. That's how you end up killing.
And
yourself,
then
walking
what we,
outside of-
then what we, when we reached our crescendo, we would get on our bikes
Not on the bikes.
and we would ride our bikes with no hand on the handlebars.
You in a whole nother realm.
In the dark, in the
Lord.
dark, in the dark. Because
Sean, you could have died.
I know, but it felt so
Right.
good. When people die in OD, they feel good. It felt good. And we would trip until midnight. And I would strongly suggest that this is a drug that nobody takes. And I took this in the 80s. Leave the mescaline, the tabs, and all this new, what's this root that you're talking about, Senny?
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, stay away from all of that. Everybody, don't take none of that stuff. Put a number one.
Look it up. It's supposed to be good for you.
Put a number one in
No.
the chat room if you ever tripped out on some
I
acid or
don't
anything
wanna
like
have
that.
nothing that's gonna have
You
tripping
don't
out.
want. There's two drugs, Barbie. There's two drugs you don't want to do. Well, now today is three. It's the
It's a
fentanyl.
whole lot of drugs
But
I
back
don't
in
want
the
to
day,
do.
these are the drugs that you shouldn't do. The psychedelics, the mescaline, all that stuff. I seen you talk about that. I used to trip on. And that angel dust, you don't want that. You don't want none of that.
I don't want none of it.
My
Right.
man Clarence, we called him D Block. He used to be a dust head, and it was not good. So you want to stay away from these drugs. But Senny, it goes back to Will Smith. He's trying to develop a timeline to justify the smack. So now he's gonna start leaking all the problems that he had in his life. Will, you're not the only one that had problems in your life.
Why not his
Well,
wife
I
telling
mean,
everything already?
So, and that's
This
what
was
that's what.
filmed before, though. He
Yeah.
didn't know none of that was gonna happen. So I mean, I think that's what makes it so interesting, because he didn't know none of this was gonna happen.
Maybe he was still coming off his high from the
He's coming-
psychedelics. When
he's
he
gonna
slapped, Chris.
He's gonna come up with all type of stories and everything that's come up that affected his life to justify the smack before
This
he
happened
comes.
before.
I know. I understand
Then
what you're
what
saying.
Sean is saying that
I
he
know.
was saying that
He's
I
there's
did
gonna be
this here.
another story
What led
2
me
months
to
from
do
now.
that.
It's gonna be another story. I was down on the riverboat, and I was in the
Not the riverboat.
and I was in the Chagakula Lake, and I fell and I almost drowned, and I saw my whole life and my career just go away, and then I smack Chris. It's gonna lead to a lot of that, and then he's gonna come back on the scene. We're not gonna see Will Smith until next year. You're not gonna see him no more. But what I think's gonna happen here, which I was reading in the paper and online, it would be ironic if Chris Rock hosts the Oscars next year. Now, before you move on, I didn't mean to segue out of your story.
Okay. But he's not gonna be there.
But if Chris Rock hosts the Oscars next year, where he got smacked this year, I don't know if Will Smith's career can handle that.
Why?
That would be a total. You relive the embarrassment. You're reliving the whole situation. The Academy Award, the Oscar, the film Academy industry, whatever it's called, they're saying, "Yo, we got love for you, Will." And remember, they banned Will for 10 years. And if they have Chris Rock host this thing next year, first of all, Barbi, the whole world is going to watch.
I don't watch the Oscars now, so it don't bother me.
People are going to at least watch those first 2 or 3 minutes. You know how they come out with the monologue?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna come out. He's gonna come out with the monologue. The whole world. Put a number one in the chat room if you would watch Chris Rock host the Oscars next year. Senny, would you watch that?
Yeah.
Of
I'd
course,
watch it.
of course. Barbie, would you watch it for 2 minutes?
Probably not.
I would watch it because I would be interested. No, but I would be interested on what he would say, in which direction he's going to go. And the news press would be unbelievable as far as news coverage if they announce that Chris Rock, listen, you heard it first. You heard it first right here on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show Wake Up Team. Chris Rock will be the host of the Oscars next year. What else?
That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's what he gonna do. So.
Okay, well.
He's going to host the Oscars next year. And Will, you're done. You're finished.
Will is not bothered He's not
No,
bothered
like
by
I
that.
just said, he got $400 million. He ain't got to work another day in his life.
Exactly. He ain't
He got
bothered.
people driving him around. He's good. He's fine.
don't care.
But he hasn't has he posted on social media since he apologized?
I don't.
He's
I
done.
don't believe he has.
He's done.
I
Do you want to
think
take a
just
look
the
real quick?
apology.
You want to take a look
I
real
think
quick?
just the apology.
Yeah.
After that, I don't
So
think
if
I've
he
seen
hasn't
nothing.
posted since then, he's in major problems. And say if he doesn't post, and say next month or two, the Academy Awards say, you know what, Chris, you're the host of the Oscars. Will Smith is done. Go ahead, Senny. He's finished. Oh wait, before while you looking up that, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
And I want to ask everybody. And it sparked this thought in my mind when Barbi talked about marriage for 20 years and it talked about Rashida and Kurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Barbi, you've been married, and I'm assuming like since you was married, you had a ring, right?
Yes.
You was wearing your ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a married guy, if y'all don't know, guys, and I wear my ring every day, right? God bless. Barbi, at what point of the relationship, and I asked this question to everyone, and wait, before we get to that, so the last time he posted was that apology.
That was a.
When's the date? What's the date?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we want to know the date. We want to know all the facts. What's the last post of Will Smith? What was the date of it? Because that was the apology.
March 28th.
March the 28th. This is the last time we heard from that guy.
Well, you know, his PR person's probably told him to lay low. Yeah. Don't post nothing. Don't be, try not to be seen in public too much. You got to let it die down showing.
Okay. This is for folks that have been engaged or married. Cindy, you ever been engaged at least?
No, not yet.
Damn. How old are you?
35.
Damn, you old as hell.
That's not
Now.
nice showing. Not nice.
Keep living, my friend.
I'm waiting.
Now, Barbi, and I'm asking anybody who's been engaged or married. Barbi's relationships fell apart with her marriage, and mine did as well. I caused it on my end, Barbi Cologne. I just sort of throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Barbi, at what point, and I asked everyone in chat, there's folks in the chat room, do people listen to the show? Okay, good. At what point, and Senny, I'm going to throw you in there as well.
Yeah, that's
Even
fine.
though let's put you on just join the conversation with it. Just act like you've been engaged or married.
He's an act like it.
Act like it. Pretend. Barbi, when your marriage was falling apart,
Right, damn,
Say that.
right. It was falling apart. Okay, go ahead.
When things took a turn.
Right.
because
Thank you, City.
Barbi, they fell apart for me. Trust me.
Listen.
That's your house. Barbie
Barbi.
took a turn for the worse.
Yes, that's what it did.
Barbi, when your marriage was falling apart, let me ask you something. Barbi,
Disrespect. Right. Like
my
everything's
marriage fell
falling apart.
too.
I don't want to be in your same boat.
Right.
Listen, we all-
Hers didn't
Just
fall
took a turn.
apart.
Right.
Things
Mine-
was together
mine-
and they took
Right.
a turn.
No, they fell
Abruptly.
It fell apart.
Abruptly
It fell
fell
apart, and it fell apart bad. Now, Barbi, let's just keep it real. It's what happened. It ain't take a
Whatever.
turn. It fell apart. Now, Barbi,
Abruptly.
let me ask you this
sharply.
question. While your
Did it
marriage,
come?
and anybody else has been married or engaged and seen, we'll throw you in there.
Well, I was in my relationship for 9 years.
Right, so you
Wow.
can, she can talk
Time.
about it. She can talk about it. She know about it. then.
Right.
Somebody,
9 years.
somebody
Wow.
wanted this
That's a
Right.
good go. That's a
and
good go.
still do.
Now, whoa.
So,
Okay.
Whoa.
Tell him again, City M.
No,
and
no.
still do.
No.
Still do.
No.
Boo.
Cindy, I don't want you busting through this door tomorrow morning like Barbi did. Calm down. We just talked
Call
about
him.
that. No,
Call
no.
him. He still do.
No, take it
Yep.
easy.
I can, yep, still do.
Barbi, when your marriage is falling apart, right?
Okay, sure.
As long as mine as well.
Okay.
At what point did you? Because I'm assuming you had a ring on.
Yeah.
At what point did you look at that ring and it meant nothing to you, and you took the ring off? Did you take the ring off while the marriage was falling apart, or did you take it off when it was over?
I took my ring off like towards the end before it was completely over, but we were still together. But when I realized, like towards the end, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more. Let me just slide this off this finger.
And when you slid it off the finger, pause, was there any kind of ceremony or anything like that?
No.
Was there a disengagement of the ring ceremony, or did you, out of disgust, while your marriage was falling apart, did you just take it off and throw it?
I was just like, bitch, you deserve better.
Aw.
Oh.
Look, that's it.
Oh.
That's right. It's very symbolic.
That's it. And
now-
put it in the drawer with my jewelry box.
And
Right.
did you feel a certain way after that? Like, was it an emotional feeling, or was it something like it was just done as a matter of fact and you put it away?
It was a matter of fact. I'm pretty much of a matter of fact person. Once I make a decision, that's it.
Okay.
And once I knew my ring was off that finger, I knew I was completely done with the whole
And
relationship.
before you took the ring off the finger, how long did it take for that decision to happen? Was it a few months, a month? Did you look at it, or was it just an impulse? This is it. This was the final straw, and you took it off. Did it lead to that?
Yeah, it was a series of events that led up to that. It wasn't just an impulse decision.
Senny.
It definitely was a few decisions. And no princess, I didn't. He said she took it up when she was lining up the next dude.
Yeah.
Like Ash did to you, bro.
Right.
No princess, trust me. The next dude didn't come along for years later.
Now, Senny, before I get into my whole taking off the ring thing, Senny, Barbi's 35 years. She's never been engaged in nothing. It was a long-term relationship. And God bless you.
Shawn, you just disrespectful.
8 years.
Nine. Thank you.
Nine.
I
Long.
was trying to be.
She said long.
I was trying to show some compassion, Barbie, before you reminded me of the 9. I was going to 8 to make it seem a little better. Okay.
The 9.
Okay,
nine makes it better, but the last year was horrible.
Now, Senny,
It was falling apart.
Of course, falling apart. I keep telling you, that's what it is. Now, Senny, why you're
taking a lot of wrong
now,
turns.
Senny,
That's
now,
all.
now, Senny, why your non-engagement 9-year relationship was falling apart without a ring? If you had one.
No, you know what?
If you had one, Senny, at what point would you take the ring off? Would you take it off? We're going to take a quick break. Would you take it off during the breaking up, falling apart phase? Or do you take it off when the relationship is over? Because we do all know at some point when it's over. Barbie took herself, but it was still going on a little bit, and then it was over. Before I get to me, Senny, what's your mindset with that? Would you take it off while the relationship is falling apart, or would you take it off when it's done? And Barbie, when she's finished, I want to read some of the comments in
I would
chat
take it
room.
off when it's done.
And,
I would
wow.
do that. You know what I used to have though? I used to my passwords used to be like our anniversary, and I had it like that for just a minute because like I just didn't care. It was just like a number or whatever. But after like, you know, like when he went to jail, like probably like a year or two, like after he went in, I made the conscious decision to change them. I was like, why do I keep typing in this number? It don't mean nothing to me. So I changed it. That was really a lot for me.
Right.
I
So,
did that.
well, we can kick into some emotions here. So, City, would it be safe to say that those passwords?
I had those passwords for a long time.
Right. So, is it safe to say, unlike Barbie Cologne, that those passwords was sort of like that engagement kind of a ring, kind of thing, metaphorically? What do you think?
I guess it was just something that I consciously, you know, like I thought about him sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's like your password. It's just like something you put in. Like it becomes like second nature after a while. But I consciously thought about it. Like I shouldn't be memorializing this number.
Right.
Right. And so, Senny, is it
Just let
safe
it go,
to say?
girl.
Is
Just
it
let it go.
is it safe to say that in your next relationship, God knows whenever that happens, would you use the passwords? That's not gonna happen. So, would
I'm
you
not
use
sure.
the pass? It's not gonna happen.
Don't
I'm
talk
just,
about her like
nah,
that.
I'm just keeping it real. It's
How
not
you
gonna
know?
happen.
Maybe she got a boo now. She ain't tell us yet.
No, she's gonna be. By the time she gets 40, she got 4 years of this.
Sure.
She's got to get unradicalized first before there's any type of relationship. Nothing.
She gets to go find her
No,
boo just
no,
as radical.
no,
That's
no,
right.
That
That's
ain't
it.
gonna
They can
work.
be radical together.
That's not gonna work. Now, Senny, so if you was in this space, you're saying that you would take the ring off after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when it's done. Like yeah.
So you would wear it right down to the
Or
bitter
maybe
end.
is it a thing to like switch it to the other hand?
No,
Do
you just
people
gotta
do
get,
that?
No, you gotta get rid of it.
You just take it off.
Now, so Senny, you're going.
I don't know the proper etiquette.
So Senny, you're
for
going
wearing
to the
away.
bitter end.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Barbi, what are they saying in the chat room before I start my nonsense with this?
The Godfather solo, he said, take it off when you take off your clothes.
Because some people, they do. They take off their ring like every day when they like taking a shower. They don't
Right.
even wear when they're like getting ready. I see so many ladies that do that. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you just kept it on for all the time,
Yeah,
except
I
when
didn't-
like cleaning or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know some women take it off like every night. I'm like, okay, girl, not me. I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
didn't take
I
mine
think
off.
no, I think we talk about something else. Anybody else
Yeah.
say anything else?
No,
All right, so Senny, everybody.
Because then it doesn't
Am I-
mean
am I-
nothing if you're
am
always
I-
taking it off all the time.
In my
But
few,
you see, they do that because they know they're going to put it right back on. When
Yeah.
you take it off permanently, you know that.
Yeah, that's what I
it's a
mean. That's what
different
I'm
type of
talking about.
taking it off,
Yeah, there's
you
different
know,
type of taking it off. Okay, Barbi Cologne, I've been engaged three times.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Harvey's lived a life.
Yeah, Shawn, you have.
The first ring, Barbi Cologne, was taken off right in front of me.
She was like, F you and his ring.
Yep. She said, "This is done. You take this ring and you go to hell."
Shove it up, yo.
She went to
yeah,
Danielle.
right,
She said,
right.
go to
Yeah,
hell.
she was like, "Go to hell." And I never saw that ring, and that's just sad. It's bringing up some feelings. I never saw that ring on that woman's finger again.
She was through with you.
She was done.
She was through. Yes.
She gave you back the ring?
Nah, I didn't want it
Oh,
back.
I ain't giving the ring back now. That's
I
mine. I heard that.
I didn't want it back. I just
Oh,
thought
okay.
because for me to take something back like that, it just reminds me of the bad memories and what I put that person through. So I don't want it back.
Right.
And the karma's just too bad. Barbi Cologne's second engagement, that ring was thrown at me in the street.
Did you find it?
I tried to find that one.
Damn.
Couldn't find it because I had to run because the brothers were chasing me.
What's happening?
Drama, Senny. Drama was happening.
These are true stories.
Crazy.
So the next
I
one, the next
can't.
young lady, she came out and came outside. It was fury. We talked about drama, and this is a true story. It was fury. It was furious. This woman wanted to, because I did a lot.
Sure you are.
I did a lot back in the day, and this woman just saw red, and she came out that building, and she ran after me, and those back in the days when I had those cars, when I was fly as hell.
Not your cars.
And the two brothers and the two you're right. Look at if they
she
feeding
the babies.
Cindy, take a picture of that. Take a picture of that. Put it in the group room so they can see it.
Is it regurgitating that?
I don't know.
thing?
Just
Yep,
that's
yep.
that's something you haven't had happen to you in a long time.
Okay.
I don't know
Sorry,
why.
that was a good
I don't know why you laughing.
Oh,
The
I
same
know.
thing with you, Barbi.
How you know, show it?
Oh, you regurgitating, Barbi?
How you know?
Oh, let's clap. Barbi's getting penis.
I'm just saying.
Cindy, but why would you roll
scared
up on
it,
him like that?
Cindy.
Oh, look, it has its mouth open.
They was eating and you scared them away. I'm away.
Cindy, wait till they come back. All right, so Barbi, they threw the ring. The ring got thrown at me. I'm furious as well. I'm looking. I turned back. We're on Amsterdam Avenue. Where we're at. I turned back. I looked to see what was going on with that. The two brothers who couldn't stand me anyway.
Oh,
They couldn't, and these were
that
big
was
dudes.
their moment. That was their
Right.
moment.
The sisters hot.
Right.
Barbi, I see they're in full stride.
That was coming
They're
at you.
running, and you can look in their eyes, and there was an ass whipping that was about to go
They
down,
couldn't
and that
wait.
ass that was getting whooped was
yours.
mine.
They couldn't wait for they
And
sister to
I
get her
turned
husband okay.
around and I looked, and thank God that car was running.
Waiting to eat.
That car was on.
Right.
And they ran, and while they were running at me, they were talking to me.
go, "Oh, get over here." Yep.
I jumped in that car, and I got the hell out of there.
I would have ran too. I'm not getting jumped now. Come on, I ain't stupid. You're gonna
And
jump
it was
me.
summertime. I was on Amsterdam Avenue, Upper West Side, up in the 100s. Everybody was outside. This was before the cell phones, and everybody was waiting for me to get my ass kicked.
Not waiting for you.
And Barbi, this was over 20 years ago. I paid $2,000 for that ring.
Damn.
Ooh.
Woo.
He said, laugh my ass off.
And at that moment, Barbi Cologne, I knew that the relationship was over and she was done. Ladies in the chat room, at what point do you take the ring off? Do you take it off while the breakup is going down, while everything's falling apart? Or do you take it off when the relationship is over? Senny said she's taking it off when the relationship is over. Barbi said it's falling apart and she's taking it off.
I think it depends on what type of falling apart it is. I think that something with, like infidelity, more people might feel inclined to take the ring off. But I feel like if it's more of like, you guys are just not connecting as much and you guys might be like feeling uninterested in each other, like just time. It's like a slow death kind of thing. I think, you might keep the ring on, but you might be mentally checked out. Yeah. I think it depends on what type of falling apart is going on.
Now, Barbi, let me ask you a question. And so you can throw yourself in there too. I'm asking Barbi because Barbi lived through this. When you took the ring off and the ex-husband, the first time he saw that the ring was off your finger, did he react to that or was this nothing?
He reacted to it.
What did he say?
He was like, "Oh, you took your ring off." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "So I guess you're really done." I was like, "I am done."
And then what he said?
That's what he said. He was like, "Oh, okay."
And then he went back to the other broad?
Probably.
All right, let's clap for him.
Clap for him.
Wait, I was going to say something, but I'm in a good place now. We actually friends now, so.
Really?
Yeah, we cool.
Oh.
Yep, we're cool now.
And with
9 years later.
It took that long?
It took about 4, maybe 5.
Well, that's good. Right. See, it all works out.
Because I'm not a hateful person. Like I cannot hate people. I may not like you, but I can never hate anybody. I just don't have hate in my
is he in the same relationship from before 9 years ago? Or you got somebody new?
Oh, I don't know.
So are you cool with his girlfriend now that you're cool?
No, I don't delve into that part of his life because that's not my business. Look, I really don't care who he with.
Oh, so you're cool with him, but you don't know who he's with?
No, I don't. That's not my business.
Because Senny,
he probably with the same person. He probably still with her.
Oh,
it's a possibility. Like, I really don't care.
Senny, if the breakup happens, right, and you got rid of the passwords or the ring, right?
Yeah, where is this mom at for these birds?
Yeah, but you scared the mom away.
All right, but like it's been a minute. Like come back.
And you always talking about the animals and the seals.
Yeah.
And you know what happened? You scared mom away, and mom flew off, and a big falcon ate mom.
No, but there's like 5 of them in there, and they're little, and they're like cold. Yeah. So like, okay, girl, come back.
But you scared them. I said, Senny,
she went to get food.
I said, Senny, take a picture right there. Just stand up and take a picture. You went over there for a selfie.
Now. Well, she got about 30 minutes.
She need to come on back so we can get some pictures. Right, little video.
Now, Senny, if breakup's over and it takes another like 9 years, like Barbi said, and you're cool, are you cool with the girlfriend, the girlfriend that he was with when you broke up? Are you or that's everlasting?
Like if he cheated on me,
yeah, but he's still with that girl. Yeah, is that an ever?
I'm gonna be cool with that.
Is that an everlasting? Because for me, that would be everlasting.
Like
that's a done deal. Senny, are you? I'm not even doing it for the kids.
Oh goodness.
Senny, are you gonna forgive and keep it pushing, or you gonna hold on to that? Harvey's holding on to that. I'm not gonna be cool with your girlfriend that we broke up over. I'm not doing that. It's a done deal.
Yeah, like I don't think I'd be cool with that. Like I'm not gonna be cool with you. Like, but I don't have to be around them. Right. So to me, it'd be like a non-factor. It's just something that happened.
I haven't seen her since.
Right.
She was smart to stay away from me.
Yeah.
But Barbi, if we're gonna take Barbi, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna get back to the show real quick. But Barbi, if you and thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. But if you just saw her right now, like just like you know what I mean, like what if he was in a super giant, you just saw her, like she was just there, like these people are like. Hold on, before you answer that question, Senny, if you just saw the woman who broke up the relationship 9-10 years later, is it hello and keep it pushing, or is it still no talking, just?
Yeah, no talking, and I'm probably gonna pour a Coca-Cola on your car or something. Put a potato in your muffler outside.
Senny, ask me what I would do.
What would you do, Shawn?
I'm not talking. I'm not saying nothing. We still, it's like North Korea, South Korea, that borderline. No, the tensions are still there. I'm not dealing with that. We are not forgiving, forgetting, and moving on. Barbi, what about you? If you saw now, Senny, because Barbi just, and hopefully answer the question. Barbi, Senny just said that she was Barbi Cologne is a forgiving person now, and so like she just said that. So if you saw this young lady, and Senny, what did they say in the chat room? If you saw this young lady today, you're in.
Sure, just because I'm a forgiving person does that mean I won't slap that broad? Okay, I need it. See, I was able to forgive Carlos because guess what? He and I spoke. He apologized. We got past that. I ain't get an apology for that little. So
what if you saw her in the supermarket and she apologized?
I don't want her to talk to me.
Right.
It's too late. Because if she say something,
right,
she might get backhand. I'm be real serious.
That's what I'm saying.
You little nasty.
But Barbi, it's nothing wrong with that because we all on the same page with it. So if she said,
that's
I'm
why
vandalizing
I say it's best
property.
God let
So
her
Barbi,
stay away from me
so
because
Barbi,
I still might have a reaction
if she came to you and she like, Barbi. Barbi.
Don't speak to me, girl.
Barbi, sorry.
Ooh, I almost said some good cuss words just now.
Don't take her to that place.
Barbi, I'm so sorry, Barbi. Barbi, I'm so sorry. You forgive me, Barbi?
Girl, go on, stay moving along.
See, and I agree with you. What did they say in the chat room before we? I guess we were all on the same page with that, and there's nothing wrong with it. To me, it's nothing wrong with it.
Right. Amir Silly said, "Damn it, you guys are petty city."
No, I you know what? God bless Amir. I totally disagree.
Petty keeps you young.
And let me exactly. And that's Barbi. It goes back to me.
City.
It goes back to what I said. I know y'all get mad when I say this. Like, if I know somebody's praying for my downfall, I'm gonna pray for theirs too.
Right. And I know she still don't like. And the crazy thing is,
what?
I know for a fact that she still does not like me, and I've never done anything to this broad. But when people on the outside see how you're living, they want what you have, but they don't know what it takes to get to where you have, to get to the point you are. So, girl, you could go ahead and take that. And she was married too, short. Yeah.
Whoa.
There's
a lot going on.
I can write a book, okay?
Well, wait a minute. So wait a minute. What are you trying to say? You saying that she's watching you via social media or something, or what are you saying? What are you trying to say? I'm not following you.
Okay, we was friends. Okay, all of us, her husband and my husband, we were all friends.
Hold on, let me stop the I was gonna play. Hold on.
Okay, well, go ahead. You can take a break.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna no break. Go ahead, yo, go ahead.
Feel like she
for everybody that's new. Everybody's new.
Right, we were all friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Even the young lady.
Yes, okay. Her husband and my husband, all four of us. Well, it was a whole bunch of us, but all four of us, we were all friends and acquaintances. Mm-hmm. And when you see people think that you have this perfect life, but they don't know what it took for us to get to that point where we was pretty happy in my mind, And her marriage was falling apart. So she leaned on the male friend, which was my ex, I guess for support, to talk, get a man perspective. One thing led to another. But when you think the grass is greener, it may not always be greener. It may just it could have been turf.
Now, that's funny. Now, so did you know, when did you know that they were talking to each other?
Well,
I know that you're all friends.
I knew that they were talking to each other, but it wasn't until later on down the line, I didn't know in the capacity into which they were talking to each other.
Now, what about her husband, or what about the other guy? Is he
his coward ass?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He just let it happen. Well, apparently, let me tell you something. See, this story, when I tell you I could write a book, I could really write a book. He was cheating on her.
Right. So everybody,
her husband was cheating on her.
Right.
Yes.
So they were all cheating. Everybody's cheating on themselves except for you.
I was the only honest one.
Right.
Like,
So, and then when it all went down, but see, that's why you understand why in certain situations in our lives, we're not speaking in the right way. There's no way we can make amends to all of this. There's no way Barbie ran into this woman in the supermarket today. There's still the animosity and the tension and the anger and the resentment is still there, just like it happened the other day. That's why I respect what you're saying, and thanks for sharing your honesty with this. Some things you could go on with life. You could go on with life and live a productive life, and there are some resentments and some grudges and some things that you just don't let go. That doesn't mean that it destroys your life. You're just not. I'm not gonna let that go. I'm gonna have a great life. I'm gonna go on with my life.
But if I see you,
I'm not letting that go.
Yeah.
Okay, whether if I see you, I don't speak to you, we not the friends. Yo, by the way, man, my fallback, no. Because you knew you was dead wrong.
Right.
You knew you was wrong. This young lady knew she was wrong. The husband, everybody was
They all
wrong.
knew they was
And I don't know, maybe Barbie Cologne was wrong too. I don't know. But I know this. Some things you just got to hold on to.
I know. I had that conversation with my mom a little bit ago. I'm gonna put her business out there a little bit, but
Hey, let's put everybody. You know me. I love all this. Let's put all the business out. I'll do it.
Well, I won't use any names, I guess. But I guess if you
don't
know
do
Linda,
names.
you gonna know, right? So her ex-husband, right, had reached out to her. And, he was like low down, to my mom. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally abusive, all of that type stuff, right? But they were like kind of young, so I might give him a little grace, but it was just crazy, right? He was like real mean to my mom. And, whatever, they had a son together. And, of course, they broke up and, moved on. He was still, being an ass, like about my brother and all that other type of stuff. Because he was more established than my mom. So he like made it hard for her to see him and all this other type of stuff. So, but my mom went on to like live her life, doing whatever. And she said that this man contacted her. And like my brother doesn't even like really speak to him like that because they've had, things growing up and, stuff that he found out and stuff. So he calls my mom and she was like, he called me asking me for my forgiveness. And I was like, and what'd you say? She was like, I was just like, that was then. And okay, I'm fine. And, all that. And I was like, but why would he call for that? I was like, after all this time, and why would you give him that? And she was like, well, what am I going to say? No, I don't give you any forgiveness. I still hate you for that. She's like, he's married. I'm married. Everybody's grown. She's like, I don't know. Maybe she was like, maybe something's wrong with him and he's trying to get right with God. She was like, I don't care. She's like, whether I say no or yes, she's like, it doesn't bother me either way.
So you're mad at your mother because she forgave somebody?
Yeah.
That's what this is. What
But
does that got to do with you?
No, but it doesn't. But it just shows like sometimes with people, they don't. I mean, it's not about holding a grudge or anything. You're not even thinking about it. You just, forgive somebody.
Barbie,
forgiveness is more
and
so
I was
for
like,
you than the other person actually.
Barbie, what are they saying in chat room?
Yeah, that's what they say. But
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I don't know how it can
no,
be for
I
me
believe-
when I'm not like it's not heard. Like I understand that people say that. They said it's better for you to forgive, but.
Because it helps you to move on so you won't be stuck in that place.
But
Yeah, of
I
course.
am
Stuck
moved
with
on.
anger.
I just don't like you. Like you're a horrible person.
Oh, you
nothing-
can forgive somebody and still not like them or move on.
Well,
I'm
then
not
are you
forgiving
really
nobody.
forgiving them?
I'm not
so then what are you
forgiving
really
nobody.
forgiving?
I'm not forgiving
Because if you
nobody.
because
that
if
they
you
committed
for,
against you.
No, I'm not.
I don't
you
see
said-
the correlation.
Oh, hit me out,
if
hit me
I
out.
forgive you,
Barbie,
that means I'm okay with being cool with you again.
Barbie, you was on point with the first part of what you said. Yeah,
Sure.
you can forgive yourself and move on, but for me, certain situations, I'm not forgiving that. I could forgive myself. Yeah,
Right.
I could go on with my life, but I'm not forgiving anybody that caused any kind of hurt for me intentionally. I'm not doing
I
that.
get it.
I am
I
not
get
doing.
it, trust
I
me.
am not doing that. Especially the world we live in today, and we are here one moment and gone the next. I ain't got no time for that. If I'm done with you, I'm done with you.
And that's why you
it.
forgive and you move on.
And I keep it pushing.
And you allow what they put you through to create a better person within you. That's all. like that. I say because I went through what I went through, I am such a different person than I was 10 years ago.
Yeah, but you're not forgiving that chick.
No, I still
Exactly.
might. After I slap her, I might.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I want to get a
You want. Yeah, that's that. And you know what? You know, Barbie. To be honest with you, before we move on, you know what it is? That's what it is. You mentally snuffed her enough. You want a physical snuff.
I just want a good.
You want to smack her,
right?
Because that's the one thing that you couldn't do.
Because I was able to do it to him already.
Yeah,
I ain't get her yet.
You couldn't get to her.
Right. I ain't say that broad shit.
Yeah, you didn't see, and that's it. But if you got a moment to snuff, old school snuff,
I am.
You get it. If you snuff her, then you be good. Like, yo, all right, we could be cool. But you just, and that's the problem with us. That's the problem with a lot of us that we can't forgive because we couldn't get our snuff. We couldn't get that snuff off. And that's the problem half the time.
Like,
if we get that snuff off, we good.
I ain't get my hit back.
Right, you didn't get you didn't get a chance to snuff the shit. You got snuffed.
Right.
The situation snuffed you.
Right.
And you couldn't snuff that. Mm-hmm. You understand? So she, or whatever situation, even with me, with the whole cheating thing, with a few women that I was in a relationship cheated on me, and I couldn't get my snuff. They snuffed me. I couldn't get the snuff back.
Princess, I can't be going to people's houses. They're going to arrest me. I did that one time already.
If you do that, you looking like a fool now.
Right. Now I'm looking like a jealous ex. I am not a jealous ex. Like, I'm done with the whole shit, but I just want to get my hit back.
I'm not forgiving nobody.
Well, Barbie, you're not, and I get you. Senny has a different observation on this, and I respect that as well. But that's the problem with most of us. We might have got the mental snuff or the smack back, whatever you want to call it, but we didn't get the physical snuff.
Right.
You might have came close to her. You might have even had a chance to put your arm out like this and somebody stopped. You know how when people get into a fight and the security break up and you can't get that hit off? That's what this is.
Well, that's where I think where people call it forgiveness, but it's really where that is the part that you have to do the work for is why, not necessarily, I don't think it's to forgive that person. It's to, okay, why do I want this type of revenge on that person? And then just deal with those feelings. I agree with that. Your need to want to get revenge. I think that that's the part that people need to deal with and deal with that hurt. But as far as me forgiving you or me telling you I forgive you, I'm not doing none of that.
I hear you.
I'm not doing none of that.
And it runs so deep in you.
And that's why I told my mom, you should let him die with that.
Oh,
see, it runs, you know what it is, Senny? You know what it is, Senny? It runs so deep in you that when somebody else can forgive someone in their own situation, you get mad.
Right.
Because it runs so, I get it. Listen, I'm with you. You get mad. You have nothing to do with this. You get mad. Senny, there you go. Now take the selfie. Take the selfie.
Oh,
just stand there.
Right,
zoom in the
Senny.
camera. Senny, zoom in with the camera. Just
we have to move
No, you
back.
got to do nothing.
Hold
Just
on, let me
move in. Just zoom in real quick and take the picture. That's all you got to do. It's real simple. It's real easy.
Well,
Now,
maybe you can get a better angle.
yeah.
all right, listen, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. Senny, we'll be back with
throwing up
more.
in the mouth?
HIE Entertainment. We're about business.
She got me backing up again. She made me feel like she's my best friend. She got me backing up again. She made me feel like she's my best friend. I never thought that it would happen, that I found myself losing my true love. I thought that this was gonna last forever. I guess the love took just a wrong turn, until I found this angel from heaven, with a smile that brightens up the whole place, with an attitude that's so sophisticated, That's why I had to have her, 'cause I know she got me back in love again. One more time, she made me feel like she's my best friend. She got me back in love again, She made me feel like she's my best friend. I'm glad to have a woman like this that made me feel just like a new man. From dating all the women around the world, so I guess she is the one to change my game plan. But I don't have no problem with the changing from the bad to the good place. They say good things come to those who waited. I'm happy to be patient. Now I'm good. She got me back in love again. One more time. She made me feel like she's my best friend. My best friend. She got me back in love again. She made me feel like she's my best friend. I'm glad that you're my lady. Your love just drives me crazy. I can't place no one above you. So everything I sing is true. I know we can make it. There's no one gonna take it. I need you here forever. I'm glad that we're together. That's how I know she got me back in love again. Back in love again. She made me feel like she's my best friend.
31 minutes after the hour. Welcome back, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up team. That's Senny J. Barbi Cologne. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Why not? Barbi, what they saying in the chat room?
Sure. In regards to the bird, Natalie Rice said, Shawn said, take a selfie. Please tell Shawn what a selfie is, Shawn.
Oh, yeah, my fault. Well, whatever, Natalie. She's all right. Oh.
And Natalie Greek said, you look like you scared the mama bird.
You did. She did. Now, the
I
birds are
did.
sitting there. They still,
They're in front of this window.
they mouths are open. The mouths are open. It's
Trying
just
to
crazy.
get that one. Oh, come on, stay up.
Yeah, they're so cute. You
Stay
guys-
up. Well, I know that's what
When
you've
I
been.
said it, I knew
That's
you
what
was
you've
going
been saying lately. You've been wishing they all stayed up. That's your
Birds,
problem
they're
now.
gonna leave soon,
I
and
know.
it's gonna be so
I know, and they've
cute.
been leaving soon as they get in a relationship with you. I know. Shit.
If you guys, I have a live from a couple of years ago when I had a bird's nest growing in my windowsill, and I didn't realize until they were already like grown, like they were chirping, and I went and looked out the window and I was like, oh my gosh, they made a nest in here.
Well,
Broke
why
the
don't we
screen
take
and
pictures
everything.
of them and do a timeline until it goes, till they grow up and go away? I don't know, but they, Cindy done scared off mom twice. What
She
do they
keeps
call?
going. She keeps going.
What are those
and coming
what are the
back and
bird?
going
What are
and
the
coming.
bird babies called again? What do you call those things?
Bird babies.
What are little with the mouths open? What?
I think they're just called birds,
Right.
baby
Right.
birds.
Well, baby birds. Well, thank God. I hope
Because
you.
they're not chicks. Because they're not like chickens.
Well,
That's what you call them.
I hope there's not a formula shortage over there with you little birds. Cindy, what you got going on?
Oh, they're called hatchlings.
hatchlings. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna
Well,
find
we
out.
got we got about 5 hatchlings right there in front of the studio.
We
right
do.
there.
We're gonna show them to you guys because they're so awesome.
No. What else
Well,
did I see?
speaking of baby bird hatchlings, people having babies, formula shortage. Follow that timeline. 78,000 pounds of infant formula have arrived in the U.S. A military plane carrying enough specialty infant formula for more than 500,000 baby bottles arrived Sunday in Indianapolis, the first of several flights expected from Europe, aimed at relieving a shortage that has sent parents scrambling to find enough to feed their children. Joe Biden authorized the use of Air Force planes for the effort, dubbed Operation Fly Formula, because no commercial flights were available. The formula supply weighed 78,000 pounds. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters aboard Air Force One as Biden flew from South Korea to Japan. The flights are intended to provide some incremental relief in the coming days as the government works on a more lasting response to the shortage. Sunday's flight brought about 15% of the specialty medical grade formula needed in the U.S. And because of various actions by the government, people should see more formula in stores starting as early as this week. Longer term, he said the U.S. needs more formula providers so that no individual company has this much control over supply chains. Well, duh.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how Abbott International or whatever they called, I don't know how they got the corner on the market for producing the majority of our formula, but you know, I guess now there's going to be more people that are able to do it. So
I would definitely say if you can breastfeed, you definitely should breastfeed because that is the most healthiest way to give your baby nutrients. Everybody saying, I don't know how one company.
Or they said that also, I don't know, something has been flying around online about condensed milk.
Oh, yeah. Old school
and Cairo syrup,
and
Cairo syrup
Cairo
and
syrup,
water and something else. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, people were doing it before there was formula. And then, like, they got supplemental vitamins from, like, the pharmacy with it. So, I don't know. Maybe people could do that if you're, because, you know, every time you give a suggestion, people want to say all their babies have some type of disease that they can only, like, everybody just goes to the extreme.
These babies nowadays are weak. Okay.
City,
you try to tell somebody something, they're like, well, my baby was in the NICU for 75 days and they need alimentum.
City,
like,
girl,
City, you want to pick up your jacket if you don't mind? Okay. Everybody's, you know, hey, do the breastfeeding thing and whatever. My whole thing is this with that. There's a big marketplace for formula. So obviously what it's telling me, I'm not a woman, I don't know. But what it's telling me, what I do know, there's a huge marketplace for baby formula. So what it's telling me is that these women out here are using formula. There's a lot of women that are not doing breast milk. Okay. And they have that right and they have that choice.
Some women can't.
Some women can't. Or some
then you got someone just lazy.
So it doesn't. Maybe they just don't want to do it. Maybe
because they're lazy.
Why would they be lazy? Why would you put mothers in a box lazy when there's formula on the shelves that they prefer to use?
Because if you have the ability to give your baby a better product and you choose the lesser product, then something's wrong with you.
I don't see anything wrong with it because
something's wrong with you.
It can't be nothing wrong with it because the marketplace demands it. It's so bad that the military has to fly in formula. So what it's telling me is that I don't think women are lazy because they're not breastfeeding. It's telling me that there's not enough formula for them to feed their children, their little babies. This is a serious issue with formula. Of course, as I'm learning about this is like Democrats and Republicans. Women are strongly for breastfeeding, and I get that, and I respect that. But then I also respect women who just want to buy the formula. It's nothing wrong with it. Why is there a mass panic for it? If every woman was breastfeeding, then we wouldn't be talking about this. Right. This wouldn't be an issue. But obviously there is. So there's a mass market for breastfeeding, and women who are out there. It's your boy. Hold on.
It's harder to breastfeed. It's easy to just mix some formula real fast and shove them out in your baby mouth.
It doesn't matter.
Breastfeeding takes longer.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For ladies, if you're out there and you are purchasing that formula from the supermarket or whatever, Shawn Harvey is with you. I'm with you, and I'm with you if you're breastfeeding. Long as them babies are getting fed, that's all that matters. And you know how I feel about babies. Babies are pushing us all off the planet.
What?
We need to slow down on these babies, because when you sit there and you're looking at that baby and you're like, this so pretty, that baby is pushing your punk ass off the earth because there is not enough room. First of all, slow down on all these babies. I'm not a fan of them.
But yet you want another one. Sure.
Yeah, I'll take another one.
Sure.
But I can't.
Get it together.
But what I'm saying is this. Babies, they are pushing us off the planet. That's the first thing. And they're supposed to, because guess what, Barbie Cologne? When we were born, we pushed people off the planet back then.
No, well, circle of life.
Because
It's
a circle of life. So if a woman chooses, or the father, it could be a married couple, or dad, or hold on, I'm gonna listen to what y'all say, Sin. If they choose formula, Barbie said you're lazy. You said if you're using formula, you're lazy. I'm saying this: if you're using the formula, God bless you. If that works
that
for you,
feed that baby you can.
If that works for you, God bless you. If you're pulling out the boob and you're feeding the baby, God bless you too.
Right, Lee. So many chemicals in that baby formula.
And so what? We take chemicals every single day of the week.
I'm taking a chemical. You shouldn't give it to your baby, willingly.
Every single day we're taking chemicals in our body. We could go on and on with that conversation. My whole thing is this. Ladies, I'm with you. Don't feel a certain way, and Senny, I'm gonna yield the floor to you. Ladies, don't feel a way if you're purchasing formula for these breastfeeding folks over here. You do what you got to do for your child, for you, and if you are using formula, God bless you. If it's not killing that baby, you're fine.
If we take away some of this power from these companies, then guess what? You won't have these problems. If my point is, if more women would just go back to always and breastfeed how it should be naturally done, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
Of course, but that's not the way it is.
But that's what I'm just saying. But that's not the way it is. Young moms, they don't believe in the whole breastfeeding thing because, like I said, they are lazy.
But Barbie, why would they be lazy? If they're not believing in it, that doesn't make them lazy. They just don't want to do it. There's formula. There's a substitute. They choose to use a substitute.
I'm not going to call
a woman lazy because she's not breastfeeding. I'm still not going to do that because the marketplace demands this formula. That's all we've been talking about other than the gas.
Yes. However, again, to the point, they make people reliant on these things instead of giving them the proper information that they need and making it conducive for parents to do what they need to do. If mothers had proper FMLA time away where they were able to stay home, be stress-free, and not have to rush back to work, these things diminish people's milk supplies, the foods that they're eating, and not having in hospitals, not having enough lactation consultants for people that do want to try and breastfeed. They don't even have access to the people that can help them do it. Nurses just want to come in. They're overrun, underworked. They don't have time to show women how to properly do this. Women don't have women in their family who've been doing it. And then they just say, oh, well, just give them a bottle. Just do this. And then I'm sure Abbott Nutrition has their hands in lobbyists and make it so that they're the only one in the game putting this stuff out there. And that's facts. And then when the people start suffering, everything is questionable because nobody's out here telling them what they can do to give them healthy alternatives. Because God forbid any of these babies have healthy alternatives to whatever formula they're putting out. And then they stop buying from them because what is the use for you?
All right. First of all, God bless you. You're on District 9 as well. Everything you say makes sense. But you can't sit here and tell me, of course, there's a whole world going out here.
Just like the same thing with the virus. They want everybody to go get a shot instead of giving proper education on what what to do to help
Excuse me.
yourself.
First of all, Barbie Cologne, before you read some of the comments,
'cause
when
it's
you talk
easier to
about
do that.
when you talk about information, we live in a time now. All the information is there. A woman has
Half the country can't even read.
Excuse
So what are
me.
you talking about?
No, they're not, because all the country.
No, it's true.
all the
They can't.
country-
They
Excuse
can't
me.
disseminate information.
Are you serious?
They don't know how to research,
So
Shawn.
wait a minute.
where they get there,
Oh,
where
wow.
the places that they do you know that they write the news? They write the news so that a person with a 5th grade education can understand. Look up what the national reading level is. They have to dumb it down. So you think the person is gonna go pick up and research the proper things that they need to do?
Wow, this is a
What
young
are you
lady.
talking
I
about?
think you just want to hear yourself talk. You're
It's
talking
true.
about reading. The half of the planet is on TikTok, Facebook, posting.
Because they can't read.
No.
Because they can't read.
They can read. People can read.
So let's
today.
just do a
woman-
TikTok.
So don't sit there and tell me that nobody's reading. The whole
Let
thing
me
is
look
this.
up the national
It
reading
doesn't-
level
it
for
doesn't
the
matter.
United States.
It doesn't
Let
matter.
me show you.
Long as they could get a complete sentence they can understand. And Barbie Cologne, with the
But you want them to research
Barbie Cologne.
when they can't read?
A woman
They
has
said the
nine.
average American reads but on the 7th and 8th
Okay,
grade
there
reading
you
level.
go. 7 and 8
But you
grade.
want them disseminating it? Well, how many 7th and 8th graders do you know writing research papers,
excuse me.
disseminating information? You
Excuse me.
can't even get them to go to school. You can't even get them to wake up in the morning.
Excuse me, we talked about this yesterday.
But America's so great.
Oh,
we
but-
on a 7th
Girl,
grade reading
reading
out of
level.
300 million people.
Right.
We on a 7th grade reading
And-
level, and you talking about people disseminating information.
Excuse me. And
Go
on top of
but
that-
go off, Shawn.
Oh, yeah,
go off.
I'm going to go off right now, and I'll tell you why, Senny J. I'm going to tell you this. A woman, from the time that she's conceived and about to have a baby, she got 9 months to choose whether she wants to breastfeed or do formula. You can't sit there and tell me that a woman has the information, and the resources to make her own decision on how she feeds her child. You can't sit there and tell me that.
Yes,
Whether
I
she
can.
read
Because
on
I'm
the
a
third
woman
grade,
and I went through it
Okay.
twice.
You made
so
a choice.
I can tell
But
you.
you made a choice.
But
You
what
could've
type
did-
of information
but you
I
could-
had access
Excuse
to
me.
and the
Excuse me.
information that I had to
We
go
live-
above and beyond to get in order for me to make an informed
Excuse me.
decision? Because you are not a
Excuse me.
woman, sir.
Excuse me.
You've never
But-
breastfed.
Excuse me.
You don't know what it takes to
Excuse
go
me.
into doing it, and you don't know what it's like to be in the hospital to try and get access to that.
But what I do know.
But you talking
what-
about what women can do
excuse me,
and what
excuse
they
me,
can't do
excuse me,
and
but what I
if
do-
you want to say
excuse
that
me,
you support them
excuse
doing
me,
that, okay.
excuse me,
But
what
you
I
can't
do
sit here and
know-
say that you know what they have
excuse
access
me.
to because you've never
You're
been
not,
through
see,
it.
the problem is you're not
Okay.
listening to me.
All right.
I
No,
am
you're not.
listening.
You're not listening. No,
I am
You're not
listening.
listening to me because what I'm saying to you is women have the information whether if they want to breastfeed or not. You can't sit there. I haven't breastfed nobody. But you can't sit here and tell me that women in America, in this country, or all over the world have the time to make a decision whether they want to breastfeed or use formula. You're not going to sit there and tell me that in 9 months, in 7 months, 6 months, that a woman is sitting there studying on which way they want to go.
So
You
Shawn, what are
chose.
they supposed to do when they do start breastfeeding and then their milk supply is diminishing or the baby's not latching on? Who's there to tell them after they leave the hospital after usually a day or two? Who's there to help them to push through when the child is trying to breastfeed or you're getting your milk ducts
Duct
are
is
getting
clogged.
clogged up and you start bleeding and they're
a
telling
different
you
issue.
it's the issue that goes along with breastfeeding.
It's
And
a
when you're a
different
young
issue.
mom who
I
is
know.
at home and doesn't have access to a
Calm
lactation
down,
consultant
Senny.
that's going
No,
to
let her
tell
rock
you
out. Let her
this,
rock. Let her
that's
rock.
going to tell you this is what you need
Let
to
her
do
rock.
in order to push
her rock.
through.
Let her rock.
Then it's going to be different. It's
Let
going to
her
be
rock.
a different experience, and you're not going to do what you
Let
need
her
to do
rock.
in order to continue breastfeeding.
Let her rock.
Or when you're going for the
She's
first
going
week
in
and you're
circles.
like, oh, no, I'm not. You're
She
saying
went-
that
she went
people don't have
totally
access to
off
this.
the conversation.
No, I'm
I
not.
would-
You went
Let me
over
just say
there.
this. Let me just
You're
say this.
over there.
You're
would
talking
definitely
about a
say-
different
I'm talking
situation.
about a
It's the
choice.
same
I'm
thing.
talking about a choice.
Yes, Shawn,
You
but it's
guys
not
are
just
saying
a simple choice.
A
Just
woman
because
has a choice whether to breastfeed or use formula.
Yes.
And you can't sit there and tell me that they don't have the information before they do it before that baby's born.
After they-
you are not going to tell me that.
yeah, well, what I'm telling
You
you,
are
Shawn,
not
is
gonna tell me that.
it's not as if you
That's
choose.
what you're saying.
Well, listen to me.
I'm
If you choose to do formula, the directions are on the can and you continue doing that. That's a one-step process. When you choose to breastfeed, it is an ongoing process. That's what I'm saying. And it's that is what I'm saying. And I'm saying if you don't have access to the proper information, if your mom, especially where most people get it, are not there to help you, there's a lot of resources that are not out there to help women. So, I am in a person that could be in a privileged position that can say, yes, I had people that went through it, people that helped me. I had access to doctors that can do that for me. A lot of these hospitals, and especially with a lot of these young girls who are getting pregnant at 15, 18, 19, whatever, they don't have the same access. And it's not like it's something that's generally, they don't teach about breastfeeding in school. They don't teach about proper breastfeeding and things you could do when you're in the hospital. The nurse is just giving you your baby and you're out of there.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it would depend on the area you're in, because
Barbie,
I definitely had.
Barbie, we're gonna give you the last word. Hold on, I'm gonna say this, Barbie. I'm gonna yield to you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna yield to you. What I'm hearing for Senny is that a woman doesn't have the ability to make a decision whether or not they want to breastfeed or not. Go ahead, Barbie.
I would say
Go
that.
ahead.
Sure. I was going to say
yeah, that's what you're hearing. That's not what I'm saying though, but that's what you're hearing. So that's why the conversation can't continue to go, because you don't want to hear. You don't want to. You're not hearing to listen. You're hearing to respond.
You're saying that women don't have a choice. They don't have a choice whether to breastfeed or not. That's what you're saying, and that's what I'm hearing. Go ahead, Barbie.
Okay, I would say I see where both of y'all coming from, but I would think that it depends on your location, your geographic location. Because when I had my son, I definitely had because I told my doctor that I wanted to breastfeed my son, and I definitely had all the education and training that I needed. So yes, sometimes, and I do agree with you, sometimes they don't have the proper education, but I so there you go too. At a 7th, 8th grade reading level, yeah, the kids are having babies more and more young nowadays.
It's not even kids. This is adults with a 7th, 8th grade reading level.
But they still got that. Go ahead, Barbie. Go ahead.
Earlier than we did back in the day. They can go online and type in. You can even speak to these folks nowadays. How can I breastfeed my baby?
Exactly.
If I have a clogged up, what can I do?
Exactly.
They can do that, Senny.
Exactly. You ain't gonna sit there and tell me that.
And that goes back to my original comment.
Yet we have people on Facebook who get a rash and ask people, "What is this? Why wouldn't you just go to a doctor?"
Barbie Cologne, God bless you. That's why I come to the conclusion that Senny J, in my humble opinion, is saying that women don't know how to make a choice whether to breastfeed or not. When you just said all the information, what I just been saying, I know I'm not a woman. I'm glad. I hope you feel better that you shared that. I'm saying that I don't care if it's a 1st grade reading level or a 10th grade reading level or a 6th grade reading level. The information is out there for women to make that decision. You're not going to sit there and tell me that.
Because if my 5-year-old niece can work a smartphone by talking to it, and if you think you are responsible enough to have a child, you should be responsible enough to be able to find information to care for that child. Period.
What I'm sitting here to tell you is I'm going to say as much information that they can give to people on continuing to push chemicals for themselves instead of giving them the proper things that they need to take care for themselves without in the substitution of those things should be just as readily as available and talked about. It's not talked about, Shawn. We just came out of an era where they were. Yes, I understand.
You're not giving a woman a choice.
What I'm saying is we've just come out of it.
You're not giving
what
a woman
I'm
a
saying
choice. Some women want to. You
what
formula,
I'm saying is we just
what's in the formula, what's not in the formula. You shouldn't do it. Women have the choice whether or not they want to breastfeed or use formula.
And we
you're
also
telling me, and I'm trying to articulate that to you, and you giving me something else.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm also saying we also came off the era where people were shaming mothers for breastfeeding in public.
Oh God.
So how can you say that we're in a society that knows that you're breastfeeding your child for nourishment, but they're shaming you for doing that because nobody wants to see it.
I'm done.
And that's when you say, F you, kiss my foot, I'm
done.
feeding my baby.
But we're also smart. But we all have so much information. But we're also smart, Shawn. We all have so much information. Why are we shaming women for breastfeeding in public? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that?
To do with a
So
woman's
you-
choice whether to breastfeed or
So
not.
you don't think that goes into some women's choices about whether they're gonna breastfeed or not?
not disputing
Barbie,
you on
do
that.
you think that goes into a woman's
Oh, you
choice
need to ask
if
that.
she's gonna breastfeed or not?
No.
Because when your baby has to feed on demand and you have to run out and go do
No.
errands,
No.
you don't think that comes
No.
into play?
No.
That's
No.
right.
No,
You're
it's
right.
not.
It doesn't because you're a
No.
man
No.
and you don't think about stuff like that.
I'm not saying
So period.
that. I'm
So
saying-
period.
I'm saying
So
that.
period.
I'm
So
saying that.
period.
I'm
You're
saying
not a
no.
man.
No. No.
You're
I'm
not.
saying-
You're
I'm
not
saying
a
no.
woman. You
Excuse
don't
me.
know what goes
I
into a
did-
woman deciding
didn't
if
say-
she wants to breastfeed
gonna
because
wait.
you're saying that doesn't even come into play.
And I'm going to tell you why. it
Because
doesn't
you're
come-
not a woman.
No, it's not. I'm going to
Okay,
tell you why.
so
Because, hold on,
when
Bobby.
did it
Hold on.
become so popular to pull
You
your
know
boob
why?
out in public and feed your baby?
No, Bobby Cologne.
Most
Bobby
people-
Cologne.
It should be popular.
Bobby
Everybody
Cologne.
should
My
be
thing
doing
is-
it.
No, you're
Bobby
right. We
Cologne.
should be feeding our baby.
Why
but
are you talking to her?
Cindy, I get it.
Bobby,
I'm a woman. I don't
Bobby.
want to see your titties.
Bobby Cologne. Bobby Cologne.
What are you talking about?
Bobby Cologne.
They're feeding a
Don't talk
child.
to
her.
Nobody's
Yeah, but
flaunting
Bobby,
out their
Bobby,
boob.
I'm not
So
saying
now
don't
you're
talk
saying
to her.
you're against a
Bobby.
woman
No,
pulling
I'm
out her
not
breast
saying
to
I'm against pulling
breastfeed?
your breast.
Why are you
A
talking
lot
to
of
her?
people,
Wow.
you know, back in the
Bobby.
day, they showed some decency. You cut
What
it
does
out.
it matter, decency or
Bobby,
not? It's
Bobby.
because
Cindy,
women's
you
breasts,
cover up.
women's breasts are
Come to Harvey's
sexualized.
house. Come. Bobby, get your ass over here to Harvey's house. Let me tell you something. Stay your ass over here.
No,
Let me
y'all,
tell you
you're
this.
talking out of two
Let
sides
me
of your
tell you. No, I'm
face.
not.
There's
Because
plenty
if
of
a
things
woman-
that come into a woman's
if a
mind
woman-
when she
excuse
decides
me,
to breastfeed,
if a
Shawn.
If a woman,
And you're over here saying,
again,
no, it doesn't. She just
Are
has
you
to make a
done?
choice. She just gonna
Are
whip
you
out
done?
her breast or she gonna make a bottle.
done?
It don't matter.
Are you
There's
done?
plenty of different factors that
Tell me
come
when
into
you're
play. No, I'm not done.
Tell me
I'm
when
gonna
you're
continue
finished.
going on.
Okay, go
Maybe
ahead.
what you
Because
need
at
to
some
do
point, you're gonna
is
stop.
sit down and listen.
Now, Bobby, hear me out.
There's plenty of things
Bobby,
that go
hear
into
me
the
out.
decision to decide to breastfeed
Bobby,
your
hear me out.
child.
Hear me out. When a woman makes a decision, now that she's done,
Because
Wait,
you're
wait,
thinking
hear me
about
out.
everything.
Hear me out.
What decision are you thinking about, Shawn?
Listen,
are you
Bobby
gonna
Cologne.
are you gonna do all
Bobby
encompassing
Cologne.
of the decision?
Bobby Cologne, when a woman makes a decision whether to breastfeed or not, and say she made a decision to breastfeed, if she made that ultimate decision for her baby, she doesn't give a damn about who's. Hey man, wait, let me finish. She doesn't give a damn about who she's pulling our breasts out to while she's feeding.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because she
How do
made
you
the
know that?
decision.
So what?
She
But
made
you,
the
so you
decision.
still have to face backlash
She
from
still-
people with that choose to
No.
make your decision,
No.
and that might
No.
affect your decision if you're
No.
gonna do it for 3 months or if
No.
you're gonna do it for a
Bobby,
year.
Let me tell
Bobby,
you something. If
Bobby,
a woman want to feed her
Bobby.
baby, she's not going to care what you, I, or Shawn, or nobody
You're
says.
right. But what I'm saying is, Barbie, if a woman says, I'm going to breastfeed, and for the next 3 months that she's breastfeeding, she's going out with her friends, or her friends are like, oh, girl, put your boob away.
No.
Or she can't find
No,
a,
she's sick of the friends.
or listen, or if she can't
She
find
doesn't
a
care.
proper breastfeeding station, or whatever
She
the case
doesn't
may be,
care.
it might over time be like, you know
Bobby.
what? Let me just get a formula bottle
Bobby.
because you're dealing with all of this unnecessary stress. Everybody is not the same person.
But she can
Some,
always pop, Cindy.
some, yes,
Bobby.
you're right.
Milk in
That's
the
true.
refrigerator
But
or
some
freezer.
people don't decide to do that, or whatever the case is. But I'm still saying that those are still factors that go
Barbie.
into somebody's decision,
No, I
especially
get it. I
somebody
get it.
that
Barbie.
when you have to pump
If
and
you
you
go
just
breastfeed, you should never care what nobody
Exactly.
says. You
okay,
should
but
never-
Exactly, Barbie.
you shouldn't
I
care
don't
about
know
what
why you
any
talk-
you shouldn't
Barbie,
care about what
why?
anybody says.
Barbie,
Period.
with
But
Senny-
people still
Barbie,
feel some type of way when
Barbie,
people
with
tell them
Senny-
stuff.
with
You're
Senny
telling
is
me that
saying-
even without breastfeeding, people don't care what people say
Barbie.
to them when they do
What
other
Senny-
things.
What Senny is saying, this is the bottom line, and we're going to get out of here. Senny, God bless you. This is the bottom line. What I'm hearing from Senny is that a woman doesn't have the ability to make her own.
No,
Let me finish,
you're
let me
hearing
finish.
wrong.
I hear you.
No,
I
but
hear
you're not
you.
gonna.
You
You
telling
can
me-
say
you're
what
telling me
you
that
can
a
say what
woman-
you've been hearing, but you're not gonna sit here and say
Yo,
what
yo,
I'm saying
yo,
as if that's
Senny,
what I said,
Senny,
because
you're
that's
saying
not
that
what
women
I
can't
said.
make a
You
decision
say
on their own.
nigga.
The ability
No,
to
I'm
make
not.
a decision
No, I'm not.
for
No, I'm
their
not.
own.
No, I'm not. That's what you're comprehending. That's what you're comprehending, and that's fine.
Bye, y'all.
We're on a 7th grade. We're on a 7th grade level here.
We sure are. And you're on the 3rd grade.
She made me feel like she's mine.
See y'all tomorrow.
Bridget said, we're going to ignore how crazy Senny just drove Shawn. He's screaming like he's being stabbed.
Oh, God. I got to take one of my pills. Senny's sweating. I'm sweating. You're sweating. Everybody's sweating.
I ain't sweating. Let's go.
All right, guys. We'll see. No, she's not all right. No, she's not all right. I don't want her to be all right. No.
Right.
Exactly.
Why women don't breastfeed?
Exactly. And that's your choice. But other people that have other women that use formula for their kids grew up fine too. So that's their choice. And that's it. You gonna blame all that on the baby now. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of dead people out there that was breastfed too. Look up those stats.
Apparently not enough. Because ain't nobody
Go into your conspiracy box and look that
They
up.
said that breastfed children
How about
perform
that?
better and they are
So
smarter.
what?
And that's why
They have said that.
Okay.
Studies on
If you
that.
Okay,
can
that's fine.
breastfeed
And
your
they still got a
baby.
choice. And they still got a choice.
You're
And
right.
women
They
still got a choice.
But just because they give you a choice doesn't mean that they're giving you the best choice.
And so what? It's still a choice. It's still a choice.
Whatever, short. People make choices based off of poor information all the time.
Okay.
But just because you have the option to make it a choice doesn't mean that it's the best
Women,
choice.
if you out there
And
if you out there with formula, God bless
This
you.
country is not